Here we go. I might sound loud because I'm not really familiar with the settings and how to really do the live thing. This is my first time on live, so welcome me. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to try this thing out, but I know that I'm supposed to be here, and I'm hoping that it encourages someone else to come on. But I believe that there are many prophets online kind of leading and guiding us with this whole wealth transfer thing. And I believe that there are some of us who might be maybe intimidated or we might not feel that we are a prophetic voice. I'm one of those people. I feel like I've been following the prophets and listening to the prophetic word and like feverishly following these guys and waiting for my own. And when he gives it to me, I feel like I've been a little selfish and I've been convicted that I have something worth sharing. And I hope that if I share what he's given me, that it would encourage you to share what he's given you, even if you are not a bona fide prophetic voice with a channel and a great following like myself. I've never done anything like this, never posted like this. I've never had a live video. Um, but here I am in obedience. And so my story is this: 2022 Septemberish is when I started seeing a lot of the online stuff about the wealth transfer. And I was kind of, familiar with what that was about. But as far as how it was going to happen and how I was going to tap into it, then I started hearing about the cryptocurrency thing and not really being familiar with that stuff, but I followed it enough to just get in my spirit that this was something I should look into. And so I kept hearing Shiba Inu XRP. I know that there's other coins out there, but my conviction was Shiba Inu XRP. But I needed to do some homework because I'm married and my wife is the numbers guy. So I knew that I was going to have to present this to her. And I was feeling so convicted that I wanted to put a significant amount of money into this. So I knew that this was something that wasn't going to be like a little $300 venture that I was going to put in there, but I was going to put something significant. So I knew I was going to have to talk to my wife. And so I wanted to just have my ducks in a row about it and really present it to her in a way that, she would receive it. And so I prayed about it. I sought out my own prophetic word about it. And it wasn't really hard to get her to sign on, and it seems like it's always like that when it comes to things of this nature. When the Lord is moving me to do something, she's pretty much okay, what we need to do. And so I put in money in XRP, I put in money in Shiba Inu, and then I just chilled. And what's interesting is that I know many of you are like me, is that after a couple months the prophets got real quiet. And I was like, why y'all quiet now? Like, nothing's happening. I just was just, okay, we'll see. We'll ride this out. Maybe this is a word that's going to happen years from now. Who knows? But I just know that the prophets got real quiet. And I was just like, when it happens, I bet you we're going to start seeing them. And so a year goes by and still nothing. And so, interestingly enough, I didn't lose faith. I just thought that maybe it was a time thing. I realized in the spirit realm, we get a prophetic word, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen tomorrow. But what I want to share with you is two things. I had something happen to me before I actually put the money in, and it was what convicted me to go for it. And I believe I need to share that with you. And then I just recently, last week, had a vision, and I believe that I should share that with you because I think it's going to encourage someone. But my first thing was the chances of Shiba Inu doing anything logically just didn't make sense. I did that kind of homework. I went beyond the prophets and I started looking and listening to the voices outside of that. And so there was some legit um, market analyst type cats that would come on and they had little shorts on YouTube and they would just trash the whole Shiba Inu talk. And they would say the chances of that happening is this, and the chance of and what would have to happen for that to happen is this. And they would spell it out to the level of impossibility. And it was very discouraging as I'm reading it. It was kind of like lightning would have to strike in the same place 4 times on a Saturday consecutively. Like it was kind of on that level. And the cockiness and the pride that came through in the conviction of this man's voice was disturbing. And what's crazy is that while he was speaking, I began to, I don't know if it was going to vision, but I began to see a story that I read about some time ago about Elisha when he was given the prophetic word. And I'm just going to read it to you and tell me if this lines up with you. It's found in 2 Kings 7. It says, Elisha replied, listen to this message from the Lord. This is what the Lord says. By this time tomorrow in the markets of Samaria, 6 quarts of choice flour will cost only 1 piece of silver, and 12 quarts of barley grain will cost only 1 piece of silver. The officer assisting the king said to the man of God, that couldn't happen, even if the Lord opened up the windows of heaven. But Elisha replied, you will see it happen with your own eyes, but you won't be able to eat any of it. Y'all gotta see that. During a time when the city of Samaria was under siege by the Aramean army, leading to a severe famine, 4 lepers decided to surrender to the Arameans, reasoning that they had nothing to lose. When they reached the camp, they found it completely deserted. The Lord had caused the Aramean army to hear the sound of chariots and horses and a great army, making them think that the king of Israel had hired other kings to attack them. In their panic, they fled, leaving behind their tents, horses, donkeys, and camp as it was, with all their provisions. The lepers first started to plunder the camp, but then decided to go back and report their discovery to the city of Samaria. When the king of Israel was informed, he was initially skeptical, suspected a trap. However, after scouts verified the leper's story, the people of Samaria rushed out and plundered the Aramean camp, leading to prices of food dropping dramatically, as Elisha the prophet had previously foretold. This event not only relieved the immediate famine, but also served as a sign of God's provision and prophetic fulfillment. It also shows how God will move to make his word come to pass. It was God who caused the enemy to abandon everything and run. This is what caused this word to come to pass. And if you remember the story, there was such a stampede to leave the city to go into this camp that that man who basically was a hater, he got trampled and he ended up getting killed. And so he didn't get to partake in this, but he did see, that this was true and it was to happen. Um, and so right then and there, I felt the Lord was telling me, like, you can't listen to this dude. He is the king's official. He is the king's assistant. He is that dude that's naysaying on the word that I've given. And so once I saw that, there's just absolutely, out of all this, I've read the Bible so many times. I have so many stories in my head. There's absolutely no reason that this particular story like came to fruition in my mind. Like I saw the stampede. Like there's no way that that would happen while I'm watching this short. Like there's no way. I knew the Lord was showing me that, yeah, he says it's impossible, but he's no different than this gentleman here. And so that was what convicted me to invest a significant amount of money in these coins. And so that's what I believe I was supposed to share, is that story found in 2 Kings 7. And look it up for yourself. It lines up with all the naysayers that think it's impossible for these coins to do what they're supposed to do. And so fast forward a year and a half, we're starting to see the prophets. They have something to say now. Um, Mac Praise, shout out. These guys have so much joy right now. I don't know how relieved they probably sound or feel, but it sounds like it's going down. And so the truth is that I have a significant amount of increase in my account. I would say that my investment has already tripled. And it's so easy right now and so tempting right now because I could use the money right now. It's so easy to just pull it out and be grateful for the nice little sum that's there. But the word was that we're supposed to become millionaires off of this, and supposed to have something supernatural and significant, not just an amazing investment or an amazing return, but something that was supposed to look like it was impossible. And so I don't believe I'm seeing that. And I believe that the Lord is telling me to hold, but I was getting prophetic words saying like, hold, don't jump out the boat yet. But I was like, Lord, show me. I want to see. I want to see. And so I keep hearing this thing about the bullish market. And so I just did my homework. And a bullish market refers to a financial market condition where prices are rising and are expected to rise. The term bullish comes from the way a bull attacks its opponent, thrusting its horn upward, symbolizing the movement of the market. In a bullish market, investors are confident and optimistic about the future performance of the stock market, leading to an increased buying capacity. This optimism can be driven by positive economic indicators, strong company earnings report, and other factors that suggest continued growth. In a bullish market, you often see widespread gains in stock prices, and the general mood among investors is positive. Bull markets can last for months and even years, characterized by a sustained increase in stock prices. This contrasts with a bearish market where prices are falling and the sentiment is generally pessimistic. So we are in a bullish market. So that's just information. That's not wisdom from the Lord. That's not prophetic. But after learning this, I go to sleep and I had a dream. And I have a dream um, about a bull. And this bull is the bull from the Red Bull commercials. You guys remember Red Bull gives you wings? Red Bull gives you wings. This Red Bull commercial is like playing in my head. And there's a bull and he has rockets on both sides of his stomach and he's taking off into the sky. He's like going on a trajectory that's kind of like a this angle right here. And he's going up and he's going up. And actually, eventually I'm looking at him going up like this. And then he shoots up straight up into the sky. And I see him just go up into the stratosphere, like he's going up into space. So I wake up and I'm just like, what is the Red Bull dude doing? Why is my wife texting me right now? I wonder if she's looking at me. I had to get on here because the kids are gone and it's quiet all of a sudden in my house. And so I just decided I'm gonna just jump on right now. Um, Anyways, she's good. Okay. Hey babe. But so yeah, I'm having this dream and so I get up and I look for I know that it's a Red Bull ad. So I get up and I'm looking online for any of their ads and photos that would line up. And I'm realizing that their logo is two Red Bulls charging at each other. And the whole bull market thing is talking about how when a bull attacks, he charges in this way, and his horns are facing up. Well, in their logo, if you look it up, there's two bulls coming together, and they're charging at each other. So that confirmed just the whole bull market thing. But the ad, Red Bull gives you wings. Their most famous commercial ad is probably with this cartoon figure, and he's actually riding a rocket, a Red Bull can, into the sky. And it's literally a rocket. Like you can see fire coming out of the bottom of it. He's in the sky and he's flying with his hands out. And it's pretty much the same theme as my dream, except he's riding the can and the can has the bulls on it. The can has that bull logo, the two bulls on it. And the can itself is the rocket. But Red Bull gives you wing. And then right in my spirit, I knew that that's what I saw. And so I dreamed about Red Bull gives you wings. I never drink Red Bull. I may have tasted it once in my whole life. I don't think I have. Never been one for energy drinks. So for me to dream about a commercial that just from years ago from a product that I never really, had anything to do with. I know that this was my confirmation about the bear market. I know this was my confirmation that this right here wasn't a coincidence. I know that I was supposed to see that. And so I'm confident that we're supposed to hold. I'm confident that I'm supposed to not jump out, take my money, pay rent for the next couple months, but to hold tight and to wait upon the Lord. And so that's what I'm gonna do. And so I hope that just me seeing this and then this encourage you to not jump out, to hold tight and to be careful about trying to take your money out now. I think that if you take your money out now, you will play yourself. And I think you should just ask the Lord for your own word, because there are plenty of prophets on here saying, like, hold tight, don't take your money out. But you don't know them. Like, get your word yourself. You don't know them. You don't know who's copying off of who, and who's legit and who's not. Like, we can have the spirit of discernment, but the best discernment we can have is when he gives us our own word. And so I've trusted them up to this point, but the Lord has been so faithful to just bless me here and there with my own, to just confirm, that they're not crazy. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be in this position. I'm grateful that it's not too late. So even if you're new and you don't know anything about this, even though we jumped in this a year and a half ago, there's still time for you to jump in right now. And I figured that Shiba Inu was like so cheap that, like, if I didn't make thousands and thousands of dollars off of it, it was so cheap that it wasn't even a penny. So I figured, how much could I lose if this thing ain't even a penny? How much more could it drop? And so I figured I just would have an account that was probably better than a savings account. And it definitely has been. So I don't really have much to lose by keeping it in there. Um, even if it shot back down to the original amount that I put in it. But I really believe that there's something in this for us. And I believe that, I guess that's two communications that I've had with the Lord about this situation. And even just my wife agreeing to it, I feel like that's three confirmations. And so I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to share it to encourage other people who don't consider themselves online prophetic voices to get on and confirm for other people. And maybe we can have more confirmations like this, and more of us can partake in this wealth transfer, because it's all to the glory of the Lord. It is all for His work. And so, if more of us benefit, more of His work can get done. And so, I don't really have much else to say. Um, I'm happy I got to share this with you. I hope that someone is blessed by it. I feel relieved in my heart already, because I would say it's been about a week or two that he wanted me to get on here and do this. So I guess I've been delayed because I don't have enough followers to just get on live anytime I want to. And so, like, I had like a waiting process, and I had to figure this thing out. But I got on now, and then I had to wait to be able to have a private, quiet moment in my house without the kids running around yelling and doing backflips all over the place. And so here I am, in my obedience, and like I said, I'm grateful that I got to get this off my chest, and I guess to do my first live. So got some things done. But anyways, God bless you guys. And hey, this is real. I'm really believing for this. So I hope it blesses you, and I hope that someone benefits from this. All right, God bless. Now I got to figure out how to end this thing. I've never been on a live, and I've never gotten off of a live. So let's see how this goes. That's crazy. Do I just hit the button and turn it off? Are you sure I want to stop streaming? Absolutely. Okay.